folks, we are back with World of Warships. I wasn't planning to make another World of Warships video for some time because I've got very little free time on my hands at the moment, and what free time I had I was going to be devoting to World of Tanks. In fact, I'm about halfway through another Is It Worth It review, but I put a pause on that because yesterday, thanks to you guys, we have hit 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, 2,000 subscribers. It's only a couple of weeks ago since, well, it feels like only a couple of weeks ago since we did the 1.5k subscriber giveaway. But, yeah, we're up to 2,000 subscribers already, and that's up to you. Much thanks. Now, because the 1.5k subscriber was quite a short time ago, I wasn't planning anything major for the 2,000 sub special, but, it turns out it got here a lot sooner than I was expecting, and as I say, I've got a lot on my plate at the moment. I don't really have the resources to be able to do a big giveaway like I did just a few weeks ago, so I went with my cap in hand to Wargaming, and I was very nice, and I asked them whether or not they could donate anything towards 2,000 subscribers, towards hitting the 2,000 subscriber mark, and Hector from Wargaming EU came through. He basically donated 3 beta keys for World of Warships. So I'm going to be giving away 3 beta keys for World of Warships during this video. And as per usual, we're going to just do the usual, comment below, like the video, comment below, and I'm going to come up with something for you guys to comment on. So maybe just any comment just telling me why you'd like to get your hands on World of Warships. I don't know, make it interesting, make it funny, make it amusing, I don't know, whatever you want. Just comment on the video below. Of course, I would appreciate if you're already in the World of Warships beta to basically say that, so that I don't give a key away to someone who's already in it. But if you're not in the World of Warships closed beta at the moment, I do have 3 keys to give away. Like the video, comment below, and you're in with a chance of winning a beta key. So yeah, World of Warships. I have been playing now and again, an hour here, an hour there. I've advanced up the tech trees a little bit. Apparently we still have to get 2 victories, okay. So 20,000 credits. What can I say? I'm finding that World of Warships is starting to become a bit of a grind, because I'm playing on a standard account. I can't remember the last time I played World of Tanks on a standard account, but I'm playing on a standard account on World of Warships because that's what we're given as closed beta. Unlike a lot of other YouTubers who seem to have gotten their hands on premium accounts and have been given a lot of gold, I'm not in that position. I've been playing with a standard account, and I'm finding the grind for credits, I'm finding the grind for XP getting rather annoying, to be honest. But having said that, we're up to, last time I did the video, or the introduction to World of Warships, I was at Tier 3, moving on to Tier 4, or I was on Tier 2, moving to Tier 3. Now I'm on Tier 4. As you can see, I've got the Langley is done, I've got the Phoenix and the Clemson, or at least I've unlocked the Clemson, haven't bought it yet, because as I say, credits is an issue. But we do have a Phoenix, we do have a Langley. I ended up having to sell quite a lot of my ships to free up slots, but also to get credits, because credits are in short supply, and it really is feeling a little bit like a grind. So I haven't been playing that much, but what can I do in this video that I haven't done before? Well, there are 2 things I can do. In the last video I showed you some destroyer gameplay, not very well, but I did show you what destroyers were. I showed you some cruiser gameplay. Since then I've unlocked aircraft carriers and destroyers. So this is the Tier 4 destroyer. It's the second destroyer you can get on the Japanese tech tree. The first one at Tier 3 is the Kawachi, and that moves on to the Miyagi. So I'm playing the Miyagi, and to be honest, I'm not enjoying it too much. I'm not enjoying battleships all that much. As you can see, I'm moving my way towards the Congo. I could actually get the Congo right now. You know what? Let's just revert. I didn't realize I had this researched already. So we have researched the Congo, but let's just say, for example, I wanted to actually buy the Congo. You can see it's at Tier 5, but I need 620,000 credits, and I only have 300,000 credits here. So it's gotten to a point where I just don't have enough credits. So I'm playing ships to grind credits more than I'm playing ships to actually gain XP, which is a pain in the ass. But anyway, yeah, we're up to tier 5 on the battleships. Just have to actually buy one. I showed you cruiser gameplay last time. The Kuba is kind of a little bit different from the last cruiser I showed you, because this is a Japanese cruiser that actually has torpedoes. And we're moving on to tier 6 on this one. Is this a... No, this is a tier 5. I'm not quite sure. I'm lost. Anyway, but as you can see, big grind, 15,000 XP needed. And again, I'm not going to have enough credits to get onto tier 5 from the Kuma. And then aircraft carriers, what can I tell you? Aircraft carriers, completely different type of gameplay. That is researched up. No, it's not researched. Let's research that. I'm not going to be mounting it. Nope. Not going to be mounting it, but it's researched. So basically, aircraft carriers is what I'm probably going to show you in today's video. I also have a Phoenix, but I already showed you cruiser gameplay. Aircraft carriers, completely different type of gameplay to what a lot of people believe is RT gameplay. It's very similar in that you sit at the back of the map, but the aircraft carriers don't have any or very little offensive armory or armament on the ships themselves. So they're very vulnerable, and they just have some secondary batteries, and they have some anti-aircraft fire. But the aircraft carrier's main contribution to a battle is its flights or its squadrons of planes. So what you can do is you can add squadrons of planes in different configurations using the mods here. You've got all the other usual upgrades. You can upgrade the planes as well. But for example, the first mod here allows me to have one squadron of fighters, one squadron of torpedo bombers, and one squadron of bombers. Bombers are dive bombers as opposed to torpedo bombers. So I get one of each with this particular mod if I decide to mount it on the battleship. The second mod is 2 squadrons of fighters, 1 squadron of dive bombers. And the third mod is 1 squadron of fighter and 2 squadrons of torpedo bombers. Now, on the previous carrier, the Tier 4 Langley, what I was doing was I was flying with 2 squadrons of fighters and 1 squadron of torpedo bombers. Because I tend to play a lot more support. I don't play these aircraft carriers offensively. I play them very defensively. I use them to knock out enemy aircraft. I use them to protect friendly ships. I've seen they can be incredibly overpowered when they basically just stock up on torpedo bombers. But I don't play that way. I prefer to play them as a nice guy and help my friendly team, as opposed to just going for damage on the enemy team. But this aircraft carrier doesn't allow me to carry 2 flights of fighters and 1 flight of torpedo bombers. The nearest option I've got is 2 squadrons of fighters and 1 squadron of bombers, and I don't like bombers as much as I like torpedo bombers, but as I say, it seems like every aircraft carrier is slightly different. So yeah, let's just go in here and let's basically just play some aircraft carriers. I'm doing this all live. Unfortunately, I'm really busy. The video I was hoping to get out today is it worth it? I don't even know if I'm going to have time to finish it, because I wasn't planning to do another video today other than the review, and I end up doing this video because you guys are so kind. You guys have subscribed, and we're up to 2K subscribers. I don't want to leave it too long, so we're doing this video, and then I'm going to try and get the tank review out today, but I don't know if it's going to be finished in time. It depends on what happens this evening. Just a lot of stuff happening in real life at the moment. So I've got about an hour, which means I can play this, render it, record it, no edits, and just get it uploaded as quickly as I can, because you guys, I'm sure, want to get into the closed beta. There are lots and lots of you out there who want to get into the closed beta. So let's just do this video quickly and get into it. So we're playing aircraft carriers. This is the first time I've done any video on aircraft carriers. And the really amusing thing, or the interesting thing, is this is the top-down view, and this is the view you get while playing the aircraft carriers. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to come back here, set my ship on autopilot, and move towards the back of the map. Now normally I stay closer to the action, but I like to reverse just in case any of the enemy team YOLO. I've got 3 squadrons of planes down here. You can see 2 squadrons of fighters, 1 squadron of dive bombers, and then these numbers here are very important, because unlike RT, these are almost like ammunition. I've only got 13 fighters in reserve. I've got 6 bombers in reserve. So these squadrons all have 6 planes in them. And what that means is if, for example, I lose a squadron, I lost 6 planes, and that means I then have not 13 reserves. I then have I can't even count. I then have 7 reserves. So you can run out of aircraft. If the enemy shoot them down, you can run out of aircraft. And basically my mission, what I like to do is I like to take out enemy aircraft. So this is almost like an top-down RTS game. You can click and drag. I like to keep my fighters together. So I like to keep my fighters fighting together. So if we come across an enemy fighter wing, we're in a position to basically outnumber them and take them out.
Awaiting instructions.
Okay, so basically there's an enemy ship that's been spotted down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on a dive bombing mission. I want to rake his ship from behind, so I'm moving in from here. So this aircraft, these group of aircrafts, or this squadron from an enemy, or from a friendly aircraft carrier, spotted that enemy ship. So another thing you could do for your friendlies is use your aircraft to scout, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm using my aircraft to scout. So these ships are moving up here. I'm going to move down here and maybe do some more scouting.
Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, and enemy planes are in the air. There are enemy planes down here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my fighters down here to intercept his fighters. And what you can see here is he's got 2 flights of torpedo bombers, 1 flight of fighters. So he's gone for the 2 torpedo bombers, 1 fighters, and that means he's probably a Langley. So we check here, and yep, there's a Langley on the enemy team. So that's fine. So I'm sending my dive bombers in here. Now this guy is turning, so what I want to do... Oh, it's too late. I wanted to change the angle of attack. But I still managed to score some hits. Not very many hits, just 1, set him on fire, hit the target once. That's a little bit disappointing. So in the meantime, you can see that all of these planes have dropped and they are returning the torpedo bombers to the aircraft carrier. This guy was coming to intercept me, but he just saw 2. He just saw 2 fighter wings coming in, so now he's running for it. Now, is he going to defend his torpedo bombers? He is. He's going to defend his torpedo bombers, but that's fine. He's already shot down one of my planes, so that's one of my reserves going to be gone. But we've just shot down 2 of his planes. And what's happening here is I'm preventing him from scouting with his fighters, but I'm also removing his aircraft cover. So we've shot down 2 more. There we go. We've shot down his entire wing, and now we're going to go after his torpedo bombers. That may be someone else's torpedo bombers.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
So we're basically defending. We've already shot down 3 of his torpedo bombers. We're defending our guys. Nothing worse than being constantly attacked by torpedoes. So I'm a nice guy. I play aircraft carriers like nice guys. I don't go for the damage. These guys are out of ammo. You can see they're out of ammo, so I'm going to return them to the aircraft carrier. In the meantime, my bombers are returning. You can see that they've landed on my flight deck, and there's a turnover of about 10-11 seconds here. So my next victim, I'm looking for my next victim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my dive bombers out again. And we might send them after this guy. This guy looks to have maybe exposed himself. That sounds dirty, but anyway. So my fighters are returning. So you can zoom in just like you can with shots. You can see my fighters returning, fighter wings. So we've lost a plane here. We had 6. We've only got 5. The other flight's still at 6 fighters. So even though I've got 13 in reserves, when these guys take off again, we're now going to have 12 reserves, and these guys will be back up to 6. So I just saw a plane sneaking in here, or a ship. So what I'm going to do... No. I'm on the wrong thing here. Let's move my aircraft carrier down here. Let's select this, and I want to intercept... the one that's getting too close. So basically there's someone who's managed to sneak by. There's an enemy destroyer who's coming in. And planes can scout, so we're looking for this enemy destroyer. He's around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack him. And we're going to attack him from this direction. Actually, we're not. We're going to attack him from behind. So is he turning? He's turning. So we're going to change our angle. So maybe like that. Nope, he's turning again, so we'll change our angle again. So, angle of attack is very important.
Engaging enemy.
So is he going to turn again? Or do we get to rake him along his ship? And we only landed one hit. That's a little bit disappointing. So in the meantime, the enemy ship, or the enemy aircraft carriers have... they have planes up in the air again, and I guess we won. Or we lost? We lost! Okay, there we go. Very, very quick game. Enemy must have won by capping. I didn't even keep an eye on it. Unfortunately, I was brain dead, didn't keep an eye on what was happening with the cap situation. But then again, it looks as if most of my team ignored the cap as well. But it's a public game. Lots of public players in here. No platooning. But yeah, as you can see, that's how I play aircraft carriers. I basically use it to take down the enemy ship or enemy planes. Usually I end up with a score of maybe 30, 40 shot downs per game. Usually end up clearing up all the enemy planes and basically supporting my team that way, and then just use my bombers on what's left of the enemy ships. But very disappointing game. But that's aircraft carrier play. It's overhead. It's like an RTS. There's a lot more involved to it than simply pointing and clicking as you would with RT. You can be much more of a team player and far less chance at TKing friendly ships with aircraft carriers, especially when you go for fighter lineups like I do. But like I say, use my planes to scout, use my planes to take out enemy planes to protect my own ships, and I think I'm a much nicer guy. But you do see a lot of aircraft carriers just running torpedo bombers, and that's because they like doing damage to enemy ships, and they can be a pain in the ass. But yeah, aircraft carrier gameplay. The other ships I haven't shown you so far are destroyer gameplays. This is the Tier 4 Miyagi. So I've actually finished with this ship, but I don't have enough credits to buy the Tier 5. The Miyagi is a ship I don't like very much. In fact, I don't enjoy battleships very much. Again, if you play World of Tanks, you might be forgiven for thinking battleships are a bit like heavy tanks because they're well armored, they get lots of hit points, and they got big guns. They also have a very slow rate of fire, but they hit hard. So you might be forgiven for thinking, like in World of Tanks, a heavy tank should be on the front line, shouldn't be camping at the back of the map. Basically should be tanking damage for their team. That's not the case in World of Warships, I've found. Battleships, even though they're the most heavily armored and they have the biggest guns and the longest firing range and the most hit points, it actually helps if you don't go anywhere near the front lines. Mainly because battleships are big targets, they're slow moving, and they are very susceptible to, let's just say they're very susceptible to attack from torpedo boats and torpedo bombers. So, I'm gonna auto-move. This is actually an experiment. I haven't tried auto-moving through an island before, so I want to see if the AI actually manages to avoid the island. But, battleships, they like to keep their distance. As you can see, well, this particular battleship has very few guns. I only have 3 different turrets on the ship, so I only have, I think, 6 rounds or 6 guns that can fire. Also, you can see the turret traverse is very slow. Turret traverse is extremely slow. So really, you've got to plan. If enemy ships get to both sides, you're only going to be able to engage one of them. The turret traverse is very slow. You can see the reload is very slow. Now, when they hit, they pack a punch. But the thing about hitting in a battleship,
Autopilot mode disabled.
I'm going to head over here. I think I'm going to keep my distance to begin with.
Autopilot mode enabled.
And I'm just wondering if I'm actually going to go around the island. But yeah, basically I find that the accuracy is very poor. So what sort of game have we gotten ourselves? Oh, we've gotten okay, fair enough. I'm a Tier 4 battleship in a Tier 6 game. This Oh, tier 7 game. Okay. This is going to be a tough one. And again, that would be kind of like getting a Tiger into a tier 9 game. So I may be a heavy tank or I may be a battleship, but I'm basically like a Tiger in a tier 9 game at the moment. My armor is going to count for nothing. But it really, really pays to keep your distance in this ship. If you get too close, basically the enemy are just going to completely annihilate you with torpedo bombers. And I'm not quite sure what the anti-aircraft fire is like, but this ship does have a range of fire of about 15 kilometers. So basically, again, I'm being a good guy. You can see the aircraft carrier up here. I'm basically moving up to support the aircraft carrier. Lots and lots of enemy planes in the air. And they're going for what is that? They're going for our Fuso over there. So we don't have any fighters up, and this is the problem with aircraft carriers. When players playing aircraft carriers go for all torpedo bomber loadouts, they can't basically protect their own ships. They're basically being in the game to do damage, full stop. They're not being, in my opinion, team players. Look how many torpedo bombers there are here for the enemy. 1 bomber, 4 torpedo bombers, and we don't have any fighters. There's only 1 fighter wing coming in. So I think sometimes, ooh, I can hit this guy. Thing is, am I gonna hit him before he gets into cover? Unlikely. Maybe. I should have saved my shots for this guy. It looks like those would have hit, but you can see that the reload. I fired a couple of seconds ago. I've still got another 15 seconds to reload. But this is very bad for me because there are lots and lots of torpedo bombers over here. And only 1 flight of fighters trying to defend us from 4 flights of torpedo bombers, 1 flight of bombers. So our destroyers are laying down smoke. It did look as if the enemy team were running for it. And again, don't think I'm going to get any shots on this guy before he gets into cover. Oh, I've just gone to desktop. Why did I do that? And I missed all my shots. And again, I can't take any more shots because, oh, it's very laggy. A lot of lag. Oh, enemy was destroyed. But again, look at the reload. I've still got another 5 seconds or so.
Our team has taken the lead.
I don't think I'm going to get any shots in this guy, but we're going to try anyway. Yeah, they've just gone a fraction too long. But someone else has taken him out anyway. Okay. Alrighty. So, not fast, not maneuverable, you fire from distance. It's kind of the opposite logic to playing a heavy tank. Even though you're the most heavily armored, even though you've got the biggest guns, even though you've got the most hit points, the one place you don't want to be is on the front line. And we might actually lose this through capping as well. There is a ship down here, but he's out of my view range. And all the enemy torpedo bombers are coming in again. And where's our 1 flight of fighters? He's probably back. He's gonna... which way is he gonna turn? I think they may fall short. He's just on the edge of my range. Oh, they actually all went long. Okay, but again, I've just fired, and it means I've got 15 seconds still to go. I really, really don't like destroyer. It's very or battleship gameplay. It is very, very nice when you can actually one-hit kill smaller, lower-tier tanks or ships. But he's at 12 kilometers now. Let's try that. I just find that sometimes, hit one hit Sometimes these things, these battleships, they're just not accurate. They're definitely less accurate than cruisers or destroyers. And he's going to get into cover. So more dive bombers coming in, more torpedoes. And he's still able to hit. He's still able to hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn slightly to intercept him. And then we're going to shoot him as he comes around the corner. So I'm firing AP because this guy is a Pensacola. He's 2 tiers higher than I am. And there we go. There's a kill. He was on low health. But that was a tier 4 killing a tier 7, so I'm quite happy with that. Now, one thing that you can see here is one of the things that I find helps me a lot is looking at the direction of travel of enemy planes. They always go directly back to their aircraft carrier after a mission, unless the guy controlling them is doing some very, very nice micromanagement. And what that means is basically you can pretty much tell where the enemy aircraft carrier is. Now, the enemy aircraft carrier has been spotted up here. And we do have a destroyer and we have a cruiser moving in. So I was playing around with the idea of going over there, but we're being capped. So I'm going to head down again towards B and see how slowly this thing turns.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
I've been trying to turn this ship for quite a long time. Now, we are winning. We've got 733 points to their 400, but we really need to take back one of these cap points. And that aircraft carrier is going to be dying very, very shortly due to the fact we've got a cruiser and a destroyer harassing him. So it's just a matter of moving down, capping B, and seeing if we can do any more damage to the remaining enemy ships. So, yeah, destroyer gameplay. Of all the ships, I find them even less interesting to play than aircraft carriers. But, yeah, it's, I suppose, I mean, I haven't gotten to the higher tier battleships, and I've heard people say that the higher tier battleships are a lot better. I just haven't been finding that. I've just realized I'm on half speed. So there are torpedo bombers moving in. I'm wondering who they're going to target. You see how slowly my turrets are turning. So it's going to take me forever to get these turrets turned around to start shooting this direction. But there are ships over here. Sight. So I've got to do it. This guy's just outside of my range. Another aircraft carrier. No point in even firing at him. But we're still moving our guns around. Still trying to get our guns around. And it looks as if we're going to win this by capping, unfortunately. Not a very exciting game. But that's pretty much my opinion of... oh, someone over here. But we're going to win by capping. He's outside of my range, just... we'll go for a couple anyway. Game is about to end. I assisted in the base capture. Yeah, I've got a 15-kilometer range of fire, and he's just outside it. So unfortunately, we're going to cap. Even if I were to leave the cap zone right now, it wouldn't matter because we gain 4 cap points for every second we have an area capped. But, yeah. Game is over. Yeah, Battleship play. I've only played the lower tier battleships. I just don't find it very interesting. I find it very, very frustrating when your team doesn't work together. And I think of all the class of ships I've played, I think battleships are the ones that rely most on a decent team. And again, very, very poor result. Very, very poor result. I only managed to land one volley, came third from bottom. But as you can see, the ship was just too slow. I wasn't able to keep up with the action. I stayed back, I played like a battleship should play, and I ended up with a crap game. I think it'll be better when I'm getting higher tier ships, but yeah, I just don't enjoy battleships very much at the moment. But that's pretty much it. That's two games in the battleship and in the aircraft carrier. Two rather poor games, but as I say, I'm doing this live, simply to give away some beta keys. So again, as I say, just leave a comment, like the video, leave a comment below, maybe why you want to get your hands on a World of Warships beta key, and I don't know, interesting, funny. Give me something I want to read. But you can leave any comment you want, and you'll be in with a chance. The only thing I am asking you to do is, if you are in the beta already, please, please, please let me know in the comment. I do not want to give a beta key to someone who already has a beta key. I really want to give it to someone who is deserving. So the beta keys that have been given to me work on the EU or NA clusters for World of Tanks. So it doesn't matter if you're in EU or NA. I don't believe there's an Asian cluster yet. But that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do. I'm just going to play one more game, hopefully have a good game in an aircraft carrier to show you how I play, because I haven't got my 1.5 bonus for the first win of the day in this yet, but anyway, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
Battle starts.
Okay, so battle starts. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move just behind the island here. And I'm wondering just how long that's going to take me to do, and again, I'm going to be sending out my fighters to scout. And I'm going to keep my fighter wings together. I'm going to keep my torpedo, or my dive bombers just behind and protected. So really, all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be intercepting enemy fighters. That's it. So, don't know if I'm going to turn into the island or whether the AI is actually going to take me all the way around. So, I'm just going to let my fighter wings build up.
Maintaining present course.
As you can see, they fly around the ship until all 6 take off, and then they head off to their waypoint. So, we've got one group of fighters in position. There's another group of fighters from the other ship here. So, we've got 3 groups of fighters staying fairly close to each other. If any enemy planes come within range, we are going to annihilate them. So, we're going to move towards the center of the map here. And again, we're just going to be doing some scouting. We'll move our dive bomber here. And enemy bombers spotted, so straight away we're going on the intercept. And again, I don't want to move my bombers, even though an enemy ship has been spotted. I'm not moving my bombers in. We're going to attack his fighters instead. More important to take out the fighters first. Now, if this guy was clever, he would probably run, but he's left it too late. So there's our first kill, second and third kills. And there we go. We've just taken out his fighter wing. We've killed 4 of his planes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to intercept his torpedo bombers before they can launch on our ships. And this guy has exactly the same idea.
Destination reached.
Doesn't look as if we're going to kill them before his fighter bombers, or before his torpedoes launch.
The enemy team is
Okay, well, we've
the
taken
lead.
out 1. And what this is doing is, by killing these planes, what we're actually doing is we're reducing the enemy carrier's reserve numbers to a point where he has none left. So there we go. 2 torpedo bombers in the north, but also a fighter wing. So how are we doing
The
on
enemy
ammo?
team has taken the lead.
We've got about half ammo left. So We're going to try and intercept his fighters, or this guy's fighters. We don't have a lot of ammo left. So I'm hoping we can do some major damage before running out of ammo. This guy isn't interested in... Oh, he is! I was going to say he's running, but nope. There we go. We've shot down one. I'm hoping we can kill a few more before we run out of ammo. There's one more. We've actually lost a plane. Okay, one of my fighter wings is out of ammo. They're both out of wing ammo. So now they're returning to my ship. This guy is running. We only managed to shoot down 2. That's disappointing, and I lost 1. But basically, we've shot down 9 enemy planes so far for the loss of 1. So this bomber here, looking for enemy targets, maybe ones that have isolated themselves. There's one there. And I'm hoping his fighters leave my bombers alone. Oh, really? You know what? They're too close. I don't want to send my bombers near his fighters. Just need to keep an eye on his fighters. So, unfortunately, more torpedo bombers in the north, but we can't do anything about them. Our fighters are out of ammo. So there's a lot more to do as a aircraft carrier than there is when you're playing RT. This guy's going around the island, so you know what? We're going to hit him from this angle. And I'm going to move my aircraft carrier down to here. Because if you look at the north, the enemy ships have broken through. Although, no. Nope. Actually, I'm going to stay where I am.
Destination reached.
I'm going to stay where I am because there are more ships coming from the south. So we've dropped, and we've managed to... Oh, we managed to hit 2. Set on fire. We've lost a torpedo, or a bomber, but we've actually set him on fire, knocked out one of his citadels. Or his... Oh, and there's a destroyer coming. There's a destroyer around here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my fighters down here to do some scouting.
Our team has taken the lead.
And you know what? I am actually going to move further south, even though there's a destroyer here. Okay. So basically, I'm moving closer to the action, but as you can see on the mini-map, there's an enemy cruiser that's broken through. There's a destroyer that was up here somewhere. He may have been shot down. And because we're scouting, we found the enemy destroyer. And unfortunately, the only offense I have at the moment is my bombers, and they are currently landing. You can see the arrows showing them land here. So, there's a scout plane here. You know what? We're going to keep one flight patrolling. We're going to send the other flight after this reconnaissance plane. So we just want to keep this guy spotted. There's a ship moving in, so he's going to stay spotted. And my bombers are a few minutes away from launching, so we'll send them this way anyway. I'm going to try and go for a shot from behind. Alright, enemy fighters spotted. Where are my bombers? I've just mistakenly sent my bombers somewhere else. Oh, this guy could be dead. This guy could be dead. Torpedoes moving in on him. He's gone. Okay. So you know what? We're gonna send our bombers over here. And I want my fighters to be together, and we'll attack his enemy fighter wing. So, 2 fighter wings versus 1. He's managed to shoot down one of my planes, but we've got him now. So that's 2 kills. He shot down another one. That's 3 kills. That's 4. And that's 5. Now there's another fighter wing over here. So while I still have ammunition, we're going to move in and
Our
take out
victory
some
is
more
in
fighters.
sight.
Our bomber is down here, but just patrolling. We're going to send him up here after this ship here. And we're back with our fighters, so we can zoom in. We can see the dogfight if we want to. Don't know why we would want to, but there's the dogfight. Kind of a mess. We've managed another kill. And one of my planes is out of ammo. And we're out of ammo. Looks like he's making a run for it too. So my torpedo bomber is still on the way. And we're gonna go after... we're gonna go after his aircraft carrier. And we're... Oh, there we go. It's a win. So that was more like the aircraft carrier battles I do. Better XP, not great XP, but credits, XP, and didn't do that badly, I don't think. I still came 4th from bottom. Oh well, okay, I only shot down 16 planes. As I say, I usually get up to around 30, 40, even one game I did close to 50. But I think it was 47, 48, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, I like the aircraft carrier play. It's very, very relaxing and very, very easy on my reflexes. But that's just something I have not shown you in World of Warships before. And as I say, wasn't planning to make this video, but just had to go in here, celebrate 2,000 subscribers, guys. You guys are awesome. That's Battleship gameplay and aircraft carrier gameplay, and if you're interested in getting a beta key, leave a comment below this video just telling me why you want a World of Warships beta key. Do you think you're going to be playing World of Warships? What are your thoughts on the game so far, just from what you've studied? And as I say, if you've got one already, please say so that I don't include you in the draw. If you don't have a beta key, like this video, comment, and I've got 3 beta keys to give away, courtesy of Wargaming and courtesy of Ektar. So thank you very much, Ektar. Thank you guys for subscribing. It has been an awesome year for the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. There's going to be an Is It Worth It review for the FCM50T coming to the channel very, very soon. I'll see you when I see you.